Hi, welcome to Amicus Cloud. I'm really excited to be sharing with you this great new product. If you're watching this video, you're probably already familiar with the many benefits that practice management software can bring to a law practice, and with the leading role that Amicus Attorney has played in delivering those benefits for almost 20 years. You probably also know that Amicus Cloud is the cloud edition of Amicus Attorney, and that it has all the advantages of a cloud solution while continuing the lawyer-centric approach that has made Amicus so successful. Let's log in and have a look. This is the Amicus Cloud home screen. When you first log in, you see Amicus Attorney's home like this. Let's have a look at what's here. Besides the navigation bar across the top that helps you go to the different elements of your practice, you have right there on the screen help with what's going on. Amicus Attorney isn't just a tool, it isn't just a database, it's a friendly assistant that helps you know what's happening in your practice and helps you deal with it. So as we can see, Amicus is telling me I have an appointment today a little later this afternoon. I have 5 calls to return. Those calls could be voicemail messages I made for myself or messages that my assistant or someone else took for me. I have 8 unread emails. We'll talk about that more in a minute. I've got a lot to do today, including an important deadline and 13 other tasks. Here's one of my favorites. I have 13 recent activities without time entries. What's happened here is Amicus Attorney, the minute I logged in, went through my entire practice and identified for me where I'd been doing billable work but hadn't yet done a time entry for me. Fantastic help with my practice already. Here's another helpful reminder. I have 2 files with unbilled work in progress exceeding $1,000. So it's not only helping me capture my billable time, it's helping me remember to bill for it as well. Nicely, my collections are up to date, and every day Amicus Attorney gives me a tip of the day to help me use it just a little bit better. So as you can see, helpful, friendly reminders about my practice the minute I log in. And any one of these that I put my mouse over, you can see it says help me do these time entries or show me my work in progress. You know, I have 8 unread emails, show me my emails. So let's click that and you'll see we go to our email. Alright, what are we looking at here? Well, we're looking at our email inbox. This is all of my email, all my incoming email, and as you can see from the section down the side, I can see drafts, junk email if I really want to, all of my sent folders, any email folders that I may have saved through Amicus, or any folders whatsoever of previously saved email. What does this mean? Well, Amicus Attorney has total email integration. This isn't some kind of sync or link to your Outlook. In fact, it's live. It is a direct connection to your email, so every email you send or receive is automatically and immediately in Amicus Attorney. Nothing to forward, nothing to try and save or send as an attachment or BCC or anything else like that. All your email, whether you send it in Outlook, whether you send it on a Macintosh using Mac Mail, whether you send it on your iPad's mail program, whether you send it from your smartphone or receive it on your smartphone or reply to it on your smartphone, all of those emails will automatically and without any effort by you be here for you. So you can use Amicus Attorney as your email program. You can see it's got all the standard controls for sending new emails, replying, forwarding, adding attachments. It has full HTML, so you can add color, change your font, do anything and everything you want to with an email from Amicus Attorney. Or you can use the other email program of your choice. It's up to you. Either way, all of your emails will be organized for you here in Amicus Attorney. And it's not just, for instance, here in Inbox. Not at all, because besides showing you whether or not you've read them, who it's from, the subject line, notice this column right here. Amicus Attorney knows what client matter file each email relates to. You can select an email at any time and add it to a file, or you can have Amicus automatically associate your emails. Notice this column over here as well, time. Amicus Attorney knows whether or not a time entry has been done for your billable emails. So you can see some of these have been and others have not. So I had an email here on the DOM co-op matter. I did not do a time entry. all I have to do is click the Do Time Entry button, and Amicus Attorney will do a time entry for me. There it is. Everything about that email, the date, the time I want to charge for it. Maybe I spent a long time on that email, I want to spend a little more time, the file it relates to, any billable rates attached to it. It's even filled in an activity description for me. All I have to do is save and close, and I have billed for that email. You'll notice the list refresh there, and now you can see that it knows a time entry has been done. So that's one of the huge benefits of having your email totally and completely integrated into your practice, that not only does it help you manage and organize that email, but it helps you get paid for it as well. There's a lot more to this email, but because we're doing a quick overview, I'm just going to move from element to element to give you a sense of what is happening in Amicus. So let's select another one of these emails, and you'll see across the top some fairly big buttons. I mentioned that you can use Amicus Cloud on an iPad or other touch device, other tablets, and so on. When you're using those devices, if you're like me, pushing on buttons with your fingers that were designed for a mouse can be awkward. Amicus Attorney understands this and provides nice big buttons that are finger sized, so whatever you select, you can act on it with your fingers right from here. Or, of course, use your mouse. Notice this area down here as well in the lower left-hand corner. It's just refreshing right now, so you can see periodically what Amicus does is, again, it goes through all your practice and brings to your attention anything you might need to be reminded about. So no matter what screen I'm looking at, my friendly assistant is there helping me, telling me when my next appointment is, telling me about my tasks, telling me I have some phone calls to return or unread emails. Let's move on and have a quick look at the Files module. Files are your client matter files. This is where you organize the main elements of your professional practice, because everything you do in a professional practice does revolve around those client matter files. It's an element that a program like Outlook simply can't handle, because Outlook doesn't understand how a lawyer works. Amicus does. So you have some filters right here so that you can select what list of files you want to see here. And if you've got a lot, you can just go to them alphabetically or sort them by name. Let's just slip over to the W's, and you can see I've only got one file beginning with the name W, WidgetCo. We just have to click on its name to open it up. And here you can see the deep richness of practice management available in Amicus Cloud. This is the WidgetCo share purchase file. Right away you can see its name, the file type that I've categorized it under, and I've got a list of all the people on the file. There's only 3 here. There could be 30 different people that I work with on the WidgetCo matter. When I select any person, I can phone them, email them, or do other things, and I get a handy little indicator of their role on the file. File summaries and more are available. If we move on to the details of the file, you can see that in Amicus Cloud there's full security on files, so I can mark them private, restrict their access to a given group of lawyers within my firm, or I can share them with all firm members. Let's flip over to the email on the file, because remember we talked about how Amicus has total integration with your email, and you saw that all my email, all my inbox is here in Amicus. We also saw how emails could so easily and even automatically be associated to client matter files. Well, the benefit of that is then when you go to work on any given client matter file, like in this case WidgetCo, all I have to do is go to this list and I see all of the emails that have been sent or received, notice the to's and froms, by me or any other firm member relating to this matter. So you can see me, Bobby Donnell, have done a lot of emails on this, but my colleague Jane Wu has as well. So here's another benefit of teamwork in terms of everybody's up to date with each other. You can see what each other's doing, communications you're having, so that you're all on the same page when it comes to representing your client. We talked as well about how Amicus could automatically associate emails from a given person to a given file. And you see the list of those down here on the bottom, so you can see that any emails from George are automatically going to be associated to the WidgetCo matter. there's so many different elements to a law practice. They're all organized for you here. So any appointments that you have on Widgetco are here. Any tasks that need to be done on this matter. So you can sit in a given client matter file, organize what needs to be done when, and the minute you organize it here, it will automatically be on the task list of those responsible on the day they need to get the job done. Phone calls get recorded here. And documents. Documents are so important in law practice. You have so many different types of law practice which contain such vital information to a given client matter file. And here they are. Amicus Cloud doesn't just store references to the documents, it stores the actual document in the cloud. So for example, if we want to see this director's resolution, we can just highlight it and click View. Internet Explorer is warning me it's coming from the internet. I say yes, go ahead and open it, and there you go. There's the resolution of the Board of Directors. That came to us across the cloud from this file. I could edit it, work with it. I could save another version because Amicus Cloud has version control. So as different people within my firm are working in the same document, their versions will be saved separately so I can go back and see anybody's changes, or if I'm negotiating with the other side, the same thing. So terrific ability to organize documents by different subfolders on a file, to save them, see them, work with them, and of course because this is a cloud product, I have access to these documents anywhere I am. So back to my example with my iPad, wherever I can go with my iPad, I can open and work with my documents. It's truly my practice management wherever I am. Let's go to my time and expenses. So we did a few simple time entries earlier on email and saw how they worked. Here's all the time entries on this given client matter file. And now I'm viewing everything that's been billed or not billed, time and expenses. Maybe we'll just uncheck the billed for a second, and what you see here at one glance is the unbilled time and expenses, or WIP, on the Widgetco matter. Here they all are. And there's a total of what they're worth. I've got about $4,000 in work in progress on Widgetco. Maybe it's time to bill. So I'll just go to the billing module. I can see previous invoices, payments received, which means there's an outstanding balance on this matter. Yes, I'd definitely better do a new bill on this. It's as easy as clicking New, and Amicus Cloud will bring up for me a draft bill. Here's a form that lets me define it, and I can check or uncheck any of the time entries or items I want included, or I can pick a date or time that I want the bills to go up to, or I can just select individual ones. Pick what I want, select it, draft the bill, and it can go out to the client. By email, of course, saved as a PDF on the file. Trust management as well, so that I've got full time billing, collections, and trust all integrated into my cloud product, and of course notes as well. I'd love to tell you more about the client matter files. That was such a fast overview, but again, that's what this video is all about, an overview, so I should move on. Let's have a quick look at the Amicus Cloud calendar. Immediately you'll see it's visual, it's easy. To put in a new appointment, I just drag across the time I want for the appointment, and up come the details. Put in the title, I've got locations, I've got so much richness. The start times, end times, all-day events, durations. Of course I can cross-reference it to a file. All I need to do is start to type the name of a file, and its name will go in for me. And there's multiple pages of deep, rich information about what this appointment is going to be and how to schedule it. That's simple. I'm not going to save that big repeating appointment. Very easy to put them in, or to take an existing one, drag and drop it to a different time or day. I can see week views, month views, and again I can do all of this on an iPad. Better yet, I could have put in that appointment in my Outlook. Some products tell you that they have Outlook syncs, which you have to invoke and try and make work and hope they keep everything connected. That's not the case with Amicus Cloud. It's not a sync, it's not a link, it's live. Outlook, Mac calendar, your iPhone's calendar, your Galaxy smartphone or whatever calendar, they're all running live off the same database so that you can put that appointment in on any of them or be reminded about that appointment on any of them, and they're all right here in your practice management system. Right, by now you've got a sense of it. So we've got a task management system that works very similarly. We've got deadlines, priorities, everything cross-referenced to client matter files. You can see these are always a link so that we can just open those up again. And all we have to do is mark something done and we get an instant time entry. Do you want to do a time entry for this task? Yes, please. So just by marking it done, Amicus has helped me once again. It's done a time entry for me. I actually spent half an hour working on that task. That's about the only thing I'm going to edit, and now that has gone on to my timesheet as well. Contacts, again, it all works the same way. We've got a full contact management system that can be used for a variety of purposes. You can see you open one up, you've got all of their information, plus you've got an indication of every client matter file they're on with hyperlinks and their role on that file, plus multiple pages of deep additional information relating to each contact. So it's a rich practice management system in every respect. Phone calls module, callbacks, messages, reminders as to which phone calls you've done time entries for. Documents. Let's talk about document management, because again, you've got cloud document management system in Amicus Cloud. Every document, you saw how we worked with one in a client matter file. Well, here we're working one in the documents module. So you can search documents. They're all fully indexed. So if you remember at some point in time you gave a client an opinion on a given legal subject, you can't now remember when that was, just go in and search for it. All related documents will show up. You can again manage your version control, work with documents. You can upload groups of documents at a time. This isn't some, consumer tool like Dropbox, which is convenient for consumers in home use but not very secure and certainly not organized for lawyers. This is legal document management. All is simply one component of Amicus Cloud. The time and expenses module is robust. Here's where all those time entries have been going that we've been putting in. I've got 6.3 hours in so far today, and that's not too bad. The time entry assistant is a feature that if you've ever looked at Amicus Attorney before, you may have heard of. It's unique to Amicus. It's a fabulous tool. Just click on that button and Amicus Cloud goes through everything you've been doing and identifies any billable action that is not yet billed for, or rather no time entries in so that you can bill for it, and it will pull it up, and all you need to do is select something and do a time entry. It's that simple, and it makes you money every day. We've already quickly seen billing in a file context where there's a full billing module to track all of the bills and invoices that are going out, anything that's in draft and needs approval, all of the payments coming in. It keeps track of the dates of payments. It keeps track of what's been invoiced, what's been paid, written off, and other such things. There's a collection assistant that works just like the time entry assistant, but this time it keeps track for you of any files where your account receivable is more than 30 days old. You pick the time, could be 15, could be 60, but defaults to 30 days old that you may need to follow up on. There's also a work in progress system so that you can go in and see what's outstanding and work in progress across all your files and identify where bills ought to be done. Last but not least, there's a selection of really specific and great legal tools that help with the practice of law. We've talked about the time entry assistant, the collection assistant. There's also other tools like a date calculator, which simply and efficiently helps you figure out how many business days or calendar days come between or after a given date. And as we all know in the practice of law, there are so many such dates and so many rules, especially in litigation, but in intellectual property and many other areas of law, where you need to count the dates and make sure you know when your deadlines are and schedule things appropriately. You don't want to make a mistake. With Amicus Cloud, you won't. You can bill for a large group of files at a time, and you can do really comprehensive conflict of interest searches. That's just the tools side. There's also extensive reporting on any given area of your practice so that you better understand your practice and are more in control. So that was a flying overview of Amicus Cloud. Hopefully from that you can see that it's a friendly assistant that helps you with your law practice. And what's so great about it, because it's a cloud product, is that you can get this help anywhere, anytime, on almost any device. So with your iPad in that courtroom, you can have your entire practice with you. Every document, every appointment, every email, everything you need. And you never need to worry about installing or maintaining anything. Amicus Cloud's built on all the lessons learned from 20 years of delivering world-leading legal practice management. And it's built with leading-edge technology on the world's most secure and reliable platform. That's why we call it practice management on a higher level. This has been a very quick overview. There are more detailed videos on each of the individual modules. I hope you'll watch those, or those that you're interested in. And of course there's lots of other information on this website as well. Better yet, sign up for a free trial. It only takes a minute to sign up, and then you can use it yourself and find out for yourself everything that Amicus Cloud can do for you. Thanks very much.